Your engagement with this material is not accidental. It signifies a deeper readiness for change. An energetic and psychological realignment is underway in your life, a phenomenon you can likely sense but may not yet be able to articulate. It feels like standing on the verge of a paradigm shift, something poised to fundamentally alter your understanding of your own potential. There is a clear and observable pattern indicating that you are in the final phase before a significant breakthrough. This is not the type of incremental progress where circumstances marginally improve. This refers to a quantum leap that restructures your personal narrative, the kind that will cause you to look back at this exact period as the pivotal moment when your trajectory changed. It is a common misconception that breakthroughs manifest spontaneously. In reality, they are the culmination of a period of intense testing, a crucible that challenges your foundational beliefs. They emerge after you have been stretched to your perceived limits. If these words resonate, you are likely navigating that very crucible now. Perhaps you feel as though you are moving through a period of cognitive dissonance. You can perceive just enough information to determine your next immediate action, but the ultimate destination remains obscured. You might be re-evaluating past choices, questioning the validity of your current path. There are likely moments of extreme clarity where you feel tangibly close to your objective, followed by periods of profound doubt. This oscillation between certainty and uncertainty is not an indicator of being off course. It is a hallmark of being precisely where you need to be. Profound growth periods are not initiated for minor adjustments. They are prerequisites for major life transformations. When you experience this level of internal refinement, it is because the emergent reality requires a version of you that has been fundamentally upgraded. Consider this framework. Every significant challenge you have encountered, every setback, every instance that tested your resolve, these were not punitive measures. They were meticulously designed training simulations. You have been developing psychological and emotional capacities you were previously unaware you needed. You have been building a level of resilience that will serve you in ways that are not yet apparent. It is critical to understand the principle of developmental readiness. Your breakthrough is not behind schedule. It has not been granted to others while bypassing you. It is synchronized perfectly with the person you are currently becoming. The version of you from 6 months ago lacked the psychological architecture to manage the opportunities that are now materializing. You have been in a season of profound becoming, which is now transitioning into a season of deliberate receiving. This is where the process becomes particularly nuanced. The final test before a breakthrough often manifests as your greatest perceived vulnerability. It appears as the very circumstance you have engineered your life to avoid. This is not a malicious act by fate. It is a final, practical examination to confirm that your new internal operating system is stable and that you no longer identify with your former limitations. When you pass this integration test, when you respond to the challenge from a new level of awareness, the entire system shifts. It is evident that many are currently in this final examination. You may be facing a familiar pattern, but your response is fundamentally different. You are not defaulting to old emotional reactions or behavioral loops. You are holding your ground with a newfound authority that may even surprise yourself. For others, this final test is imminent. You will soon be presented with a situation that appears to be a setback, but is, in fact, a strategic setup. It will look like a system failure when it is actually a system reboot, designed to compel you to embody the full capacity of who you have become. I will take a brief pause to share something customary. If these concepts resonate with you and you wish for this conversation to deepen and expand, the most effective way to support it is by subscribing. This is more than a metric. It is a signal to the underlying algorithms that valuable insights are being shared here. Observe the following indicators in the coming days. Notice opportunities that seem almost too perfectly aligned to be coincidental. Pay attention to conversations that arise unexpectedly but carry deep significance. Acknowledge the clear, actionable ideas that enter your mind, feeling less like thoughts and more like strategic insights. Note the shifts in how others perceive you, with newfound respect or recognition. Be aware of doors opening to paths you had not consciously considered. Recognize your own intuition becoming sharper and more reliable than ever before. These are all leading indicators that your breakthrough is approaching. They are signals that the energetic field of your life is reconfiguring itself for what is to come. And what is to come is on a greater scale than anything in your past. You might be experiencing fear, and that is a positive sign. Fear is not an instruction to retreat. It is a compass pointing toward your greatest point of expansion. That feeling of trepidation when contemplating your potential, that internal resistance to taking a necessary leap, that is not your intuition warning you of danger. That is your ego attempting to maintain the safety of a familiar reality that no longer aligns with your evolving identity. The concept of momentum is key. An invisible force is building behind you, preparing to propel you forward at an unprecedented velocity. Momentum requires initial motion. It requires you to act even when the full path is not visible. Your breakthrough will require you to invest in your own vision with a new level of conviction. It will demand that you trust your insights even when they lack external validation. It will ask you to occupy more space when you have been conditioned to shrink, to articulate your needs when you have been taught to remain silent. The impending breakthrough is not solely for your benefit. It impacts every individual whose life you are meant to influence. Your hesitation to step forward is not humility. It is a withholding of your unique contribution from a network of people who are waiting for it. A powerful message about abundance is relevant here. This pertains to financial resources, but also to an influx of opportunities, connections, and creative flow. Many have operated from a scarcity mindset for so long that a state of surplus feels foreign. That paradigm is shifting. The world operates on principles of abundance, and you are being reminded of this. However, to receive abundance, you must adopt an abundant mindset. This requires making decisions from a place of expansion, not contraction. It requires investing in your own growth, especially when it feels uncertain. Safe, incremental choices do not produce breakthrough results. That one action you have been postponing, the crucial conversation, the application, the business launch, the creative project, the timing will never be perfect. The conditions will never be ideal, but in this moment, you possess all necessary resources for the next step. When you take that step, the system responds. When you demonstrate faith, resources materialize. When you commit, support appears. When you grant yourself permission, momentum builds. The energetic signature of your life is potent right now. You can feel it. The sense of anticipation, the restlessness that rejects mediocrity, the deep knowing that you are intended for something more. Trust that inner conviction. Trust the vision that arises in your quiet moments. Trust the compelling urge for creation that disrupts your peace, demanding to be manifested. To conclude, a brief practice. If you have followed this to its end and felt an internal alignment, anchor this state. Write the phrase, "My new operating system is online," in the comments. Let this serve not as a mere comment, but as your personal declaration, the point from which transformation is activated. Your breakthrough is not coming. It is here. It is in the choice you are about to make. It is in the courage you summon now. The universe has prepared you for this your entire life. Nothing has been wasted. It has all been preparation. You are ready.